VIPER278 connected.
All right. I think we are live. Oh, well, it would be nice if I took the picture down, though. It's no fun staring at the Be Right Back screen. How's everybody doing today? Good morning,
VIPER278 entered
good
channel.
evening, good afternoon for wherever you are. Welcome, Viper. Nice to see you today.
Yeah, well, let's be here. Getting ready to get going there?
I am doing an offline special broadcast today
Okay.
uh, because I'm going to do a getting started. What you're going to run into the first time you run the map type of deal.
That is good.
So once we get confirmation that somebody can hear me out there, not everybody has to hear me, just at least one person. We're going to go through and I'm going to do some farming today because I felt really bad all week, but I'm doing much better today. Hey, everybody. I got G-Man and X-Man and Casper and Memelar and all the bad touches in the house. Pukes as always, right on time. So yeah, we're going to today focus on what you guys have when you first get the map, and we're going to do a little farming and give you some options on. There's so many different ways to play this map. I'm going to just kind of give you guys a little different looks at how you guys might want to play it. Mostly because I was sick all week and don't have. Also, we're also in the last steps of pretty much trimming up the map rather than adding content. But there's going to definitely be some questions, and I'm going to answer one of them in just a couple seconds. Your starting equipment is as very similar to the way I always start maps. A little bit more than usual, but you get your dolly, your box truck, the shell fuel tank for the AR dolly, as well as a couple tractors and a couple seeders, couple cultivators, the lovely Brantner trailers, and these green tractor. What are they? They're the Hurlemans. And a couple of Sampos with headers and everything. Now, one thing that you guys we have mentioned several broadcasts is that there are findable objects. And what I did before we started here is I went around the map and gathered them all up today. It took me about 2 hours knowing where they were. So you guys will need to take a little time, but that's the first thing I recommend is get out there and find some of the objects. There are 15 objects that you can find on the map that will definitely help your farming when you get started. And I'm going to show you what they are and not tell you where they are, but I'm going to go through each and every one of them and you'll know if you're missing something. Hello there, SenseFan and S7. You need to add what link to the PDF?
This one's how you get started.
How to get started. It would not be a bad idea, but it's all up to you if you want to do it. So I'm just going to give you an idea. The starting equipment, 15 pieces. You might want to add that part or throw the link up there. Take notes, S7. Yep. Let's see. You get a beet topper. There is a plow out there somewhere if you want to start plowing your fields together. The Lindner GeoTrack tractor, a little bit better than the other tractors you're starting with. Here, let me make this prettier by getting rid of that and that for now. There, you don't need all that stuff on the screen. You can actually find, and this was the latest edition, Case IH7130 Combine somewhere on the map. So that will definitely help you out when you get started. There's a very small Euroboss forage wagon, a tree planter, two of the lag spike on my... Oh, I was doing a save, I think. I have the autosave running. Two of the Agriliner green trailers. I don't know why I have another cultivator. I may replace that with something because we really don't need it. So that could be subject to change, but there will still be 15 pieces. And a man truck. They're all dirty because I pulled them all out of the mud. And I wasn't about to wash them because I didn't want to spend all my money. You have a Liebherr front loader. And that will definitely be handy to get started, especially with the gravel pit. Now, you'll notice you're not going to get any of the implements, so you're going to probably decide, like me, I'm going to sell some of this off right away and get the header for the, whatchamacallit, down there, the combine. There's a pickup truck and a potato seeder. The starting potato seeder. This 1,000-pound weight is one of the pieces as well. I never did detach it from the tractor that I picked it up with, and the Ursus tractor. So a couple better tractors to get you started. Some hidden vehicles are near the mud. Well, of course they are. They got to be near the mud patches. Some of
See,
them are
you gave away,
directly in the mud patches.
See, now you're giving away too much information. Now you know where to look.
Yeah. Do you know how much mud is on the map? They're gonna
Yeah, I
have to
found a
look
few
everywhere.
spots.
Hey KW, welcome to the stream again. And again, as always, KW's in the house, moderating as no other moderator can. 25 streams at a time or more. He's everywhere. All right, so this is your possibility if you go searching to find all these extra items. And the first thing I'm going to do, and there are a million ways to play, but in your silos, we'll go to the warehouses, and I'm going to pull up the, which farm is this one? South Farm. And you can see there's stuff in the silos already going. And that's how I create my seed. I'm not going to use my product that I have growing for fuel to make seed, but one of the things I like to do is get the seed going right away. If I can pick it up. Is this not have the right hitch on it? Or, oh, I guess it's because I have the interface hidden. But it's cleaner looking without the interface, isn't it? So let's see, what do I not need? I guess I can use all the barley and put that into seed and get some seed going for when we're done harvesting. This is tricky. I don't know how you play without that F1 menu all the time. And I do know I have to fix that. I had a silo error that Bacon Warrior pointed out to me on the main farm. It wasn't upgradable. I had to put the new silos in this week. Basically, we fixed errors. That was this week's fixing the errors as we're finding them and me recuperating. But I am feeling 100 times better today than yesterday. So, oops, that's a fertilizer one. So yeah, it'll be much easier to get things wrapped up this week if I can stay healthy for a little while. So you're going to want to get your seed. Get the seed going. Get enough to plant 3 fields, which that probably is enough, but I'm going to dump in something else too that I won't need for a while. I'm going to keep the wheat because if you guys remember correctly, the wheat will sell over time over at the fairgrounds. So I always bring my wheat right over to the fairgrounds, or not the fairgrounds, the farmer's market as well. So I guess I'll grab the sunflower out of here and I'll make seed out of that right now. I'll keep the corn for the fuel, and canola's worth more money, so I might sell that off. But just going to get some seed going so it's ready when I'm done harvesting, and then we're going to pick and choose what equipment I want to use. Now, if you have multiple, oh my gosh, I can't even talk anymore. If you have multiple players, you're going to probably want to keep a few combines or whatever, but I usually get rid of everything other than the one combine to start because I hate using the small ones. And what I do after that, you guys are going to see how fast I make money to get this show going. It's pretty, and I'm not going to even go into, I'm lazy, so, and this is not my real save game, so I'm just going to sell things from here. I'm going to get rid of these 2 Hurleman tractors because I don't want the small ones. And yeah, I probably could have made another few $1,000s if I brought those down to the store. But I'm not going to. I'm going to see how much money I can get selling off all this good stuff. Now, if you got several people on a server, you're probably going to want to keep more combines and more stuff, but not me. It's all going bye-bye. I don't want to do potatoes yet. I'll keep the Brantners. I don't know why. As a matter of fact, I will never even use one of these cultivators because I will have that big seeder purchased before I even seed my field the first time. So off with my seeders. Just my way of playing. You guys don't have to do this. You can keep all this fun stuff, but you'd be surprised at how much money we start you with. We'll keep that. Yeah, I think I like everything else. Let's see what we got to work with. $231,000 worth of equipment, which I need headers. And I have no idea which headers go on that case, but I'm guessing that I could probably use the 45-foot draper, right? On that case? Will that fit on the...
Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, that one will work. That's what I like to hear. And I'm going to need to get a big corn header. Will that quasar work as well on that big? It probably will. Well, we'll find out. And we'll make it red. Now I got to drive that thing down to pick them up. But in order to make things fast, because this show only is limited time, I have my favorite mod installed on my computer. Only for shows like this. And that is the teleport mod. And I want to be somewhere right about, we'll put myself here. Ta-da! Don't try this at home. I know it's cheating, but this is only for broadcast. Big Daddy's in the house. Where is Big Daddy? I haven't seen him in, well, since last weekend. And I hope everybody, all you US people, had a good holiday weekend. And Chetty, I see, is here. The whole gang is out there today. Def Gamer. And everybody I missed. Yeah, I didn't feel like driving this thing down to 13 miles an hour. JWB509, how is everything going? Just a reminder, we've got the big week coming up. Not this week, but the week after is release week, which we will have Tutorial Tuesday on the 14th. And on the 16th, we will release the mods ahead of time so everybody can have them and get them ready in their folders. And on the 18th will be a 12-hour multi-stream broadcast with at least, I think, 3 of us at least participating, but there will be over $1,200 in giveaways. Does this thing not hook up on the back of this thing?
It will, yeah. You got to put the corn header on the front and then grab the draper on the back.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it doesn't want to pick up.
Hitch is kind of rear wheel axle level.
Yeah, you got to back into it pretty good.
Well, I can't get any more centered and backed into it than I did there, I don't think.
No, that's the medium case, ain't it?
Oh, is that the wrong one?
Oh, it is, yeah.
That's the medium one.
Buy
Yeah,
another one. I didn't know if there was a
yeah.
difference.
That one don't have a hitch. Yeah, that one don't have the hitch.
Well, we'll grab another one. I think I have enough money left.
You can grab a tractor and drive it over there.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, half ton will work too.
Oh, this one doesn't have a hitch, huh?
No.
No, not
We're
that
going
case.
up
No.
to do corn. We'll grab a truck later. Thanks for letting me know it's the wrong header. I don't farm, like I told you.
Well, you can use it, but your pipe's not gonna. I mean, really reach just about to the end of the header, so you have to retract your drop your header or something new you unload. It's gonna be real close to the edge.
Well, I don't drive around much anyway, so it's not a big deal. We're gonna get this corn started. No, in my real game, I actually play. I don't teleport all over the place. I just doing this because it's only a what 2-3 hour broadcast, and I want to show you guys lots of things, and I still want to get the farming done. So I'm hiring a worker, and this is how I start off. This is the way I play, minus the teleporting. And I get my tipper, and I'm only going to use one over here right now. And I spent too much money, but that's okay. We're going to go get started anyway. There's, we can sell off that other header. That'll give me some money back. Which one was it? It was the 45-footer that I don't need. Now, there's one thing I do want, though. In the mods, gosh, I already started my save game and I missed this completely. Is it? Oh, it's under forestry. And it is the... Which one is the autoloader? It's the...
Timber
It's-
kipper.
For the trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, the timber tripper, timber XL, I think it is.
Runner with autoload script. Yes, $17,000. Get yourself one of those. And I missed the follow. Let's see if I can find it. Da 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 da. Welcome, Hermandaff. Hermandaff. It looks like. Thanks for the follow. All right. So while that's going, I'm gonna grab my man truck. And I'm going to, again, teleport and cheat down to the store because I can. Where's the store? It's somewhere around here. Close enough. Love it when you do that and the tire tracks are all in the air. I think we could pick this sucker right up. I should have taken off the autosave mod before doing this, but I didn't. So yeah, save up your farming points. We've got gifts. I've got gift cards, Steam gift cards from $20 up to $100 gift card. And did you hit the $600 mark on your stream yet? You were really close, Viper.
Yep. PJevs or yeah, Pukes donated the rest of it,
Awesome.
so I got 600 even.
So yeah, we're gonna have over $1,200 worth of prizes given out on that big day. Oh, that was a bad teleport. Make sure you do not land in a building. It causes problems, which are very, very not good for trying to re-teleport because the vehicle's jumping around. Huh, look at that. Maybe I need to disconnect. That'll work. See if I can find the rest of my trailer on the other side. So see, the teleporting mod is not always a good thing, but I am trying to move things along a little bit. Don't try this at home, because you never know if you'll be able to uprate your trailer and attach it after that. I'm going to slide it down. There's tons of products in all the silos around that you guys will be able to sell off if that's the route you want to choose. What I do is I get the farmer going over there, and I don't have Glance on right now because Glance has been annoying me lately with so much stuff on the screen. But I'll stop every now and then. I should put this in a group. Somebody asked on YouTube, and I didn't answer it because I've been feeling terrible this week, but how to name your groups in Vehicle Group Switcher, and I'm going to let you guys know if you don't know how to do that. When you hit the Control E and bring it up so where you can assign vehicles into groups, if you hit the left control and hold the group number down, for instance here I held group 2 down, it'll pop up the little box and you can delete and put whatever name you want in that label. So for control 1, I'll hold the 1 down, and name that main farm. So just a little quick setup thing. Get rid of this map, don't need that. And I do have to test one other thing, and I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not. We've been having the problem where, and I think it's because we started in the middle of a save game and added fields. But field status, will it pick up all the fields? Yes, it does pick up all 70 fields on a clean save game. Just so you know, it will work with all 70 fields. On our save game on our server, for some reason, I added past 52 to 70, 18 fields after we started the game, and it is only coming up with the first 52 fields. But I'll scan my fields, get that done. There's no bales. I'm going to put this into group 1 so I know where to find it. Got to keep this field going. So if you take the time and you find all the equipment, or at least a few of the your farming will go a lot easier. A lot. And the first thing I do is I buy a chainsaw and go to town. Now offline it's great because you can literally cut trees like a madman and then pick them all up. I cut all 50. But you're going to have to remember one thing when you start this map if trees is your first option for getting money. That is, you now have to buy your tree license to cut down trees. Or you get fined quite heavily for each tree you cut down when you don't have a license. I find trees is the easiest way because they're a ton of money. And with the new equipment we have and the auto-loading trailer, PJevs with Now that's an interesting number. I gotta figure out why he did that. Pukes donated 6111. I thank you very much. But what does that make his total? 1111. What? Probably. Oh, but thank you very much again. Coming through as always with another $61.11 donation.
He's probably adding for the conversion rate.
Oh, could be. Or it might say all 11111 all the way across. He had
Oh, that's right. Number one for number
I
one.
think that's what it is. All right. You got to wait till 8 o'clock. See, I was a little early over here. Now I can purchase a license to cut 50 trees for $5,000, which really is not a lot of money when you see how much 50 trees is going to get us and what equipment we'll be able to buy. So I still have 39,000. Really, all you need to do is, if you don't even want to find the equipment early on, you don't have to, but it is an option. If I do run across any gold coins while we're going, you guys may want to take note because they're going to be fun to find, but they're everywhere. And if I find them, I'll give you the sneak peek. I need to purchase a chainsaw. I just go, I don't know, 123 X Galaxy. Thank you for the follow. I think I got that right. Okay, I'll pick the middle one because it really doesn't matter. Does anybody ever buy all three chainsaws?
I did the very first time because I didn't know better.
I gotta buy two because the wife likes a different one than I do.
That's a very interesting. Let's take a survey. How many chainsaws do you buy?
I want the pretty yellow one.
Yeah, I know. She wishes there was a pink one in the game.
I just go, I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me, but I pick whatever flavor of the day.
Yeah, I often wonder if there was a difference in them.
I hate when that happens.
You're at
Oh, it'll fall eventually.
You can push it over the man truck if you need to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna now if you look at the bottom of my farm information there, you will see that it tells me how many trees I have left that I can cut.
yeah, you had an angle on it. That's why you gotta be
Oh,
level.
I suck at this game.
Oh, now you just made wood chips now. Did you see it fall? Fall down straight.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
you'll have a wedge on your floor there now.
I don't know how to play the game. I do know how to drive better than Viper.
I'm just trying to keep up with Troutmouth.
But actually, I am actually looking forward to playing a little bit as we finish up. And this is not my current save game. I literally cut down a whole mess of trees. Like the first time I did it, I did all 50 of them. One thing I should remember to do is keep this harvester going, or we're going to be backlogged, though.
Once you cut the 50 trees too, the 24 hours will reset and you'll be able to buy another $5,000 license if you want to keep cutting trees.
Exactly. Now, one thing I didn't check. Did do we get bonuses on the score for just finding the equipment? Or
I can't confirm it, but
I'm gonna go down.
I started the game by finding the equipment and coins, and I was a level 35 in no time just by doing that.
Yeah, as far as you guys that were concerned about leveling, having to level up, trust me, if you just play the game, the levels come faster than. It isn't one of the aspects I really wanted in this version. I mean, I can make a tough version for everybody just by altering a few numbers, but it wasn't one of the things I wanted to get the features in, but the leveling, I didn't want to make it difficult. Yeah, there is some progression and you do need pretty high level for like the Campbell's factory, but you're not going to be owning and running that thing yourself for quite a while with all the other stuff that's on the map, and by the time you're ready for it, chances are you will have twice as many points as you actually need. I'm taking my corn down to the fuel.
And on a server, what everyone does on the server combines in the rating.
Yes, anything that's done on a server game by anybody, the rating goes up. So on a server, you guys will never have an issue with multiple players doing different things. And it's like, I think you get a point for each piece of equipment you own. And that's why I think when we go down there and look at our rating right off the bat after a clean save, you're going to probably see us have 20, 30 rating points already. But we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Actually, we probably jump in the pickup truck and park it down there and just keep an eye and see how it raises up as we're playing. I'm actually driving this down instead of teleporting it. See, I do drive sometimes. No, I like to play it for real. I don't even put any money into the game when I'm playing on my own. But when I'm testing and doing stuff, yeah, the only way you ever finish a map is if you use something like that teleport mod to jump around. Viper finds the ghost trains. The ghost trains are on the server are just always going to be there. So the other thing you want to do is get all your starting products, or at least a good chunk of them, down to get your fuel going. Definitely a must-do thing. So we're going to get that done. I'll park the pickup truck down by the whatchamacallit, the real estate office, so we can see how our points are progressing as we're going. And you guys are going to be shocked at how much your first 50 trees will actually get you in money. What I actually did was bought, on my single player game, was bought 3 tree licenses back to back to back. And I did not fast forward time at all, which I usually don't like to unless it's nighttime. I'll fast forward through the nights because I hate working. But the first day I started off at 8 o'clock or whatever, it's 6:40 in the morning. And by the time I had one day done, I finished 3 tree licenses, 150 trees, and I had the Scorpion over there, as well as the biggest John Deere combine and the big seeder and a class tractor, the big class tractor. Xerion, is it? The one that has the cab that spins around? I think that's the one. All from just doing the trees before I even started playing, and then by the time I needed to seed, I was ready. Now, for fertilizer, I go right for the lime spreader and buy my fertilizer. So much easier when you're starting off, and the gravel pit is not owned by you. You can buy lime right from the whatchamacallit, stone processing plant. They'll sell it to you if they have it down there. And it's not that expensive. Let's see what it is. Stone processing is under factories. And it is, I wish this was alphabetical, but it's not. So it's right here. So lime is only $219 per 1,000. So you fill the spreader for like 8,000. It's going to cost you a few bucks, but not too much at all. And there's plenty down in storage right now. So they will sell it to you. So all I need to do next is get these fields done, and I get enough money to buy the lime spreader and a seeder and the big tractor. That's my first goal. Get a few more trees cut down. That one's already down, but it's not down. Also, you guys remember, I don't know if you all know this, but you get more money if you shave everything, all the branches off the trees. And the larger the pieces are, I don't know if that makes a difference as much anymore.
You get better money when it's more straighter, straighter tree.
Yeah, you'll get more money if you got a nice straight piece, but I don't think the length is as big of a deal.
That's what she said.
I find that the girth is much more important.
I'm holding back. I really am.
It's tough, I know. The log it always starts when with logging. That's
It
all I
does.
can say.
It does. You want a nice long uniform piece. Yeah. You get way more money.
Now me, I'm not too particular. I'll cut them so I know they'll fit in the trailer.
Yeah, that auto load trailer really does make logging a lot more enjoyable.
Yep.
The funny thing is, I had my first 100 trees cut before somebody reminded me we had the trailer. Yeah, it cuts down on the amount of equipment you actually need over here too. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but the train has a cell trigger on it, on the carts, as well as the box on the ground. The reason why I mention it is these guys that are used to playing my maps, especially early on this map, realized you've got more money if you sold it off at the train than the box on the ground. Because the train trigger was actually giving a higher multiplier. Well, they're all the same now, so you don't have to try to lift it up there and put it in the back of the train to sell it off anymore. The box works just fine. I can say that you don't want to use the, I hate when I miss the branches. You don't want to use the pond trigger if at all possible because you won't get the bonus for selling when you send the train from the pond trigger. So, yeah, that used to be the easy way, just push everything into the pond. but you don't need to anymore. The pond's there, I guess, if you feel like using it, but there's no benefit at all to using the pond to push the logs into. It's more decorative, and if something falls in, there's a trigger so it doesn't get stuck in the map. And once I get a few of these cut up, I hate when that happens. I fell off my tree. Alright, I'm going to cut up smaller pieces a little bit so I know they'll fit in that trailer. Although my way of measuring is guesswork, so some of them might not fit in the trailer. If anybody has any questions, feel free to throw them up there. I try to glance over, but boy, this is like multitasking at its best. Everything on my system is set up push to talk, so when I'm talking to you guys and these guys hear me in chat, I'm trying to hold down one button while I'm doing something else. This works much better when you finally get the Scorpion purchased. Oh man, then you know you just chop them down and run around with that trailer and pick them up. On my single player game, I had the Scorpion before I bought any of the farming equipment. It just worked out awesome. But this is not the only way to make money in the beginning of a game. This is the way I chose, and I should go over there and offload that combine at some point, or we'll never get the stuff finished. But we'll get there. The gamblers are out tonight. Let's see. Well, I wonder who the top person with points out there is right now. Anybody care to guess?
You.
Yeah, I would say you.
I don't count. Come on, that's a given. Actually, my bot has more than me, but that's different.
I'm probably going to say KW.
Well, KW is here every time. That is for sure. But is he a good gambler? This is Pleasant Valley Rivers, and it will be released here live on June. Oh, now that tree falls. Now it's in my way. June 18th on our 12-hour broadcast, where we'll also be giving away over $1,200 in prizes between multiple streams. So we will get a multi-stream link for that night to make it easy for you guys to follow all of them at the same time. Although you may... Do we ever find a multi-stream link with multiple chats open at the same time as well? I think there's one out there. Because you definitely want to be in all the chats so you can make sure you can get in all the drawings. But we'll scatter them. We'll let you know who's up next and what the prize is going to be.
A couple of the layouts allow for multiple chat to be seen.
Yeah, we'll get a good one up there. KW knows all of them. Couldn't win a mini game if he rigged it. I will tell you, money wise, the top person right now on out of all the viewers has nope, you would be surprised at who has the most. Other than S7 Davis, who is in second, and Pukes, who's in third, and KW, who's in fourth. 2Cat5954 is in the lead with 398,672 points. And it's gambling money right there because 24 hours viewing time. Actually, he's been here a lot. Not as much as S7, who's been in here 32 hours. Or KW, who's been here. He must suck at the gambling because he's been here 153 hours. With less points. But yeah, 2Cat5954 has the most. Not a lot more, but we also have above that 30,000 threshold FS 2015 fan. And Koboomba is up there as well. And then everybody's down in the 20s and then the 15s. And then there's people that really are just having a rough time losing their money, apparently. Let's see who the one with the most hours and the least points is. That ought to be a telling sign.
I was just going to ask that.
I got 108 hours.
All right, let's see. Someone over 20 hours with the least amount of money in there is... This will be interesting. 20 viewing hours with the least amount of money gets the Worst Gambler of the Year award, and that person is... I'm still searching through all the people that don't have money. Or hours. All the noobs. We're getting there. Oh, almost. There was a 7-hour viewer there. Oh, a 16. Who's the 16? 16 hours. Oh, Stale Popcorn Farts. 259 points for 16 hours. But that's not the 20. The winner of the 20 or more hour club with no points is... Coming up. I know there's one in here. Oh, there it is. 38 hours. Oh, that's Moobot. That doesn't count. Moobot, there it is. LJ Stott, you are the biggest loser. With 20 hours and only 1,996 points. That is just awful. But hey, keep gambling. You might win. That's surprising. Do we give the biggest loser award out?
Well, do I understand it correct that you can give your points to another person?
I'm not sure how that works.
Yes.
Well, can that be
points,
done
maybe.
by any mod, or does that have to be you yourself?
No, you can type in your name, and then you give the command exclamation point give, and then you can do what you want to give, like the skins points, whatever, and then you put in the person's name who wants to receive it. But I know it does with the money. I'm not sure about the points.
Okay.
I didn't cut that one, did I? Yeah, that's a problem when you don't have a nice uniform cutting thing. But we'll pick them up anyway and see what happens here. It's going to get some good money for that tree. We got some big ones. No comment from the peanut gallery. I know what you were thinking. Well, we'll bring these down.
We'll leave what I think for the after midnight stream.
Yeah. I don't know if I have exclamation point give enabled. I don't know how to use this thing. They keep telling me there's new commands every week. Now there's an exclamation point give?
Oh yeah, you gotta put it into your command list. Yeah, in the documentation, it tells you what command line you got to do.
Oh, I don't have documentation right now.
No, but exclamation point give should be built into the bot system. Or then you can make up your own system. But there's built-in command lines. That's one.
Yeah, so you need to add a response for exclamation point give if I add it. So I don't know what the response would be. But we'll look that up some other time. You can try it.
But what it does, when you give your name and then give, you're giving that person your money or your points, whatever
Yeah.
you give them.
I don't know if it's active or not. I'm going the wrong way. I know that much. I need trees.
No, it is
Okay.
active because that's built into the bot. But what it does, when you give your name and then give, you're giving that person your money or your points, whatever
Yeah.
you give them.
I don't know if it's active or not. I'm going the wrong way. I know that much. I need trees.
No, it is
Okay.
active because that's built into the bot.
We'll go for it.
KW gave it a try. It doesn't look like it's working.
It doesn't look like it's working.
I did it in mine the other night, and
Well, yours
someone
might
said
be
they did.
turned on. Mine apparently isn't. I'll have to turn it on at some point.
Well, once you get that figured out, Dave, I'll get the info for the person that has the most hours and the least amount of points from you on your release day, and I will hand that person my points.
There you go. I've got a lot of points I'm going to get rid of too. We'd give bonus points for trivia. I think we're going to have a lot of fun that day. I'll give you that much. We'll throw some interesting contests in there, and we have all the giveaways. We might make you work for some of them. There's going to be a lot of them. Did you figure out what you were using for prizes yet there, Viper? Pick anything out yet?
No, I told my stream, I had an idea of, they can get choice of what they want. So all they do is tell me what card to get for them, and I'll go get it and send it to them. So they can have a choice of whatever card they want.
Right. Well, I will be doing a couple things very similar to that, but I already do have some pre-purchased cards. So,
Viper, you had a really good idea there in your stream for like a grand prize sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
did you have a grand prize picked out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Steering wheel.
Oh yeah?
G27.
Can I get in on that one?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I was gonna see if it's $300, that'll be half my prize money. So
Yeah,
I think I can get one for that if I can.
I like
I still
that
gotta look it
idea,
up.
and I thought about doing that as well. But I do also like having lots of winners, and
Mhm.
I might have to rethink the point system. I'm thinking value-wise. I mean, there's tons of points out there, but if I'm giving out a $20 gift card for Steam, I think the entry is probably going to be 2,000 points, whereas a $50 one would be 5,000, and a $100 might be 10,000. But we'll always make sure each hour that if you've used up, we'll make sure everybody can get in.
Yeah, right.
Every drawing.
Make at least one drawing, right?
They'll be able to get at least one ticket into each drawing. So when you look at 390,000 points, yeah, that might be 39 entries, but we're going to be having, that's just my stream, but I'm going to be, well, gosh, I think I already got at least 10 prizes, and I'm not done yet. I haven't decided if I wanted to do a grand prize, which I may. But I wanted to also make sure I had something every hour to give away and keep it going all night, for the 12-hour stream.
Yeah, well, if you do 12 hours, your minimum say is $20. It's only $240.
Yeah, well, I already got 4 $50 gift cards and like 8 $20 gift cards already purchased and more stuff that I can. Yeah, we'll figure out. You're giving away a steering wheel, huh?
I'm thinking about it. I gotta look
Or
it up. Yeah.
you're thinking about it. That's cool.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, I was gonna do the farm. I was doing the farming wheel, but I've already heard 2 horror stories about it. So I figured, well, the G27 I thought was about the same price. And I says, well, I think G27 might be worth better than farming sim wheel.
The only thing with the G27 is they're not manufacturing them anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, you get one, but if it breaks down, you're looking at eBay parts or somebody that's selling
Okay.
one.
they're not making the G27 anymore. That's probably the best.
Yeah,
wheel
it's a
that's been
great-
made though.
Yeah, it's a great wheel. I mean, they're concentrating on the newer model.
What's the newer one?
I think it's a G29, the one that works
Yeah, I
with
think-
PlayStation as well.
Yeah, I think so. I heard of the G29, so yeah.
Whoa, that tree don't fit between those trees.
That,
Viper.
That shifter deal that companies come out with that adds like a realistic 18-speed shifter to your G27 is quite neat.
Yeah,
I think KW has the info on that.
All right, so if you get what else do people want to see? I got to get back to the chat. I'm still on the bot. I can't see your chat, so don't talk to me. Oh, there you are. You're getting buffered all the time, huh? It happens. It's a Twitch thing. It's not losing any frames or anything on this end. But yeah, some streams just buffer all the time. This almost reminds me of a song. My stream wants to buffer all the time. Buffer. Okay. Singing. I will not take up singing on my stream because I want viewers.
Thanks for putting that info in there, KW.
KW. Oh, source option. Refresh if you can't see the stream. Woohoo! $120 with shipping.
Yeah, for that add-on to
Oh.
your G27 to the shifter to make it a realistic 18 speed or 13.
Cool. What if you don't have a G27? Then it's useless.
Then I believe there's a stand you can buy with it.
Will it hook onto my Logitech Driving Force GT?
I do
That's an
not
option.
know.
I wonder if I could use that. I don't know.
Shaky says he's got the base 7 with the. Oh no, he says he has both wheels. He said 27 is best
Yeah.
out of the 2.
I'd love to have a G27, but you know what? I'm not going to have one anytime soon because what I really need is more memory on the computer to keep making these maps because I'm running out of room on my hard drives.
He really does. 4 gigabytes is not enough.
Oh, my memory on the computer, 4 gigs? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
I got
next
16.
computer. My next computer upgrade will be, I'm looking at a solid state drive and 16 gigs of RAM because, yeah, it would make things go faster. And boy, what a difference that'll make. There's always something, though. As soon as that's done, what would it be next? But I didn't realize that I only had 4 gigs of RAM on this computer for doing all this stuff. So that's what's coming next. My
I could do a wheel after that.
I'm fine with my driving wheel that I have for what I use it for. I mean, it's not the best and it's a cheap one, but it steers. It does what it doesn't have a lot of buttons, and with Farming Sim, not all of them are programmable because Farming Sim doesn't allow you to, but it works. Chill Will 42, how's it going? Yeah, 16 gigs. I have 4. I got a great graphics card. That's what everything runs off of. And a good processor. I got everything good except for my memory is really low. That's what she said.
Yeah, Best Buy, the 920 is 300 on sale, and so is the 27 or 29 for 300.
What other types of grand prizes would people like to see? If anybody has ideas out there, throw them up there because we have both Viper and I have both saved up over $600 for, so there will definitely be the $1,200, and I have not spent all mine yet, and I might put some toward a grand prize as well. It just gets to be a pain with the shipping, and especially
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
what if you have an overseas person win? Oh my gosh, there goes another $50 to $100. I might give away a Best Buy. Well, actually, that's probably more what I'm going to
Yeah.
be leaning to.
Right.
Is if you notice, I put a link to gift.com down below, and I have already tested it. They do work, and you can buy a gift.com gift card, and it's called a gift GYFT card, and it allows you to repurchase any of the gift cards that are on their site with that. So now, Lamillo, if that was a possibility, that's a prize I'd have to keep for myself.
Yeah, I didn't think about the overseas people if they win how to ship it, but that's a good idea doing something like that.
I like that. I'm not exactly. I've heard some stories about that site, gift.com, but I think that they were older ones. They're really some bad reviews, but lately they've been seem to be getting good ones. And I tested it. I actually bought a gift card and redeemed it to make sure everything worked fine. No problems at all. They're easy to regift through there too. And this way they'd be able to pick from hundreds of online and offline type gift cards.
Now,
If you have a like a you can download their app if you have a cell phone and put the gift card on your phone to redeem it in stores and stuff as well.
now what about like Amazon.com? Because I never bought anything off Amazon, but they have gift cards through that too.
Gift.com
Yeah, like
has
gift.
Amazon.gift cards, and that's what I
Okay.
redeemed. So that worked. But I usually use right now all the gift cards I've purchased have been through PayPal gifts. I bet you
Okay.
a lot of people might not know that PayPal has their own e-gift store,
Okay.
which is a lot of gift cards, and Steam is on there.
Okay.
So that definitely uh, is one way you could go.
So you can get a e-gift from there, or e-gift card, then you can email that code to whoever, and then they can redeem it then? Or how does that work? Or you
What
gift it to that person?
When you get on the Steam codes, it's just like you buying them at the store and scratching off the back and getting the number. But what I have here is I have a spreadsheet on my computer where as soon as I buy them, it pops up with the code to type into Steam as redeem Steam wallet codes, and I
Right.
put them in a spreadsheet. So when that
Okay,
time
yeah.
comes, I have them lined up, and it's copy to the
Right.
person's email or wherever,
Right.
and paste it, and they can take that code, and I put it in the spreadsheet also so I could put the winner's name next to it if for some
Right.
reason it doesn't work.
hmm
But yeah, it works. They've been working well, and PayPal is pretty well trusted. So,
Yeah.
and not to mention, I'm using their money to buy the cards. The money in my pay, they'll know if something goes wrong,
Yeah.
so it'll be much easier. So it's safer. And unfortunately, though, they don't have in stock. Well, it's not unfortunate. It's fortunate for the other people because the only ones they have in stock at the PayPal store are the $50 and $100 cards. So I literally purchased all the $20 cards I have at the local Walmart, scratched off the backs, and then added those into the spreadsheet as well. So I have the codes ready to copy paste when we do the giveaways. And there will be Quite a few, definitely. And then we'll do some gift.com, generic gift.com cards so people can do get whatever gift cards they want. And that gift.com place has tons of places. You can buy at Best Buy with that if you wanted to. You can buy at Home Depot with it. You know, not everybody might have need for more computer game stuff, so it'll be kind of cool. I would love, that was one thing I was saying. My favorite place to shop is Newegg for computer stuff. I don't know if they have an e-gift card available, but if they do, I might throw one in there because definitely where I like to shop, but they're not on any of the other gift card programs, unfortunately. Let's put this into group 1 so I know where it is. And let's teleport it down to, whoops, not yet. We got to get rid of this header first. Yeah, like the way I fold up my header? Not gonna happen. I'm going down to the store to pick up the other header. Close enough. Giving away 3 Xboxes. Look at Lafarge Cement Factory sign. There's something under it flickering and a white circle. It's part of the sign. It's probably just at the edge of being on the grass, if I'm guessing correctly. It's built into the sign. It's like a fake light thing that's supposed to be there. A little circle in the middle right below the sign. Yeah, it might need to be pulled up a little bit if it's flickering. A little away from the grass. Or out from under the grass.
Yeah, it looks like it's part of the. I'm sitting there. It looks like it's part of the sign. You just have to pull it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll raise it up to stop the flickering, but it is. I know exactly. It's a little round circle like a faux light fixture to light up the sign
Yeah.
on that graphic. And back over to the fields. We're going to do the sorghum. Everybody should have that teleport mod. Does anybody actually use it while they're playing?
I've actually never used it.
Yeah, I never used it either.
I only use it for testing normally and broadcasting, but it lets you fly your vehicle around with just one attachment. So it doesn't work if you have more than one attachment on your vehicle. You'll end up leaving one of them behind.
That counts me out.
Oh yeah, you can't use them with those. You can't use them with those trains because you can't even carry the dolly and the tipper on it. But for like a combine or something, it works. Let's go cut more trees. So actually, I'm going to send the train while I'm cutting more trees. You can see we already got back up to 118,000 before I send the train. And I still got to get enough for 3 pieces of equipment before I log off. But I'm going to do a couple things before we start cutting more trees because we have to send the train. I'm going to teleport this vehicle down to the waterfront, right about here maybe. That works. And we're going to park it over in front of the... Let's go check out our score, see what our score is looking like already. And fill you guys in on actually what the score is. The score is a cumulative thing of everything you do on the map. And you need to have certain score to buy certain factories. It has to be so high, but it's not too bad. So I have a rating of 6. You can see it right down in the bottom corner, right down here, right above the pea and popcorn Suttons. A rating of 6. And let me shut that back off. And I've got 3 from owned objects. Those are my 3 owned fields. 2 from 1 purchase license. So every time I purchase a tree license, I'm getting 2 as well. And 2 hours played, 1 rating point there. So just playing, you're getting rating points. We have 6 already. And I'm not sure if these tell how much rating points you need to buy them. They don't, do they? Not until you go to purchase them?
There some of the fields, like I believe if you try one of the big ones like 70, it'll say you need to be a level 40.
So if I went to purchase, it'll tell me I don't have enough money. Is most likely what it would do.
Yeah, yeah. If you had the money, it would say administration
no.
has blocked.
Yep, nope, your administration is blocked in the deal. I need to have a rating of 40 to buy that field. There are going to be plenty of fields that you can buy before that don't require a 40 rating before you get to field 70. Oh, I'm going to leave this down here so we can check that rating in a little bit. Because it goes up. I literally, by the end of day 1, with just doing what I'm doing now and not even paying attention, I had over 20 points from hours played and everything else added up. Pretty soon we should be getting the cash in on the extra trees and jump from 118 probably to close to 200,000, I would think. Yeah, 198,000. And what I will first buy, because we definitely need it, is let's see, not there. Where is under the Scania caulk truck, $81,000. Very inexpensive. But we want to be able to do our fields with lime. I'm going to do them with lime. It's easier than having to go through all the process of creating manure or getting the... You could do the BGA. A lot of people like to just jump right into the BGA as well and start creating... Whoops, didn't teleport. Come on, teleport. It has a problem sometimes going to that corner. Some people like to jump right in and start the BGA, because if you go get yourself a front loader and a tractor with a couple mowers, and the forage wagon's already on the map as well. We have if you find the front loader and the forage wagon, you just need to buy a couple mowers and you can run around and cut grass. All the grass in the world, and it also creates the silage which you can use for fertilizer right off the bat. So that's another way that actually we used to do more commonly than this. This one just allowed me to do it a different way with the new fertilizer options. Kind of cool. Gotta wait to cross the street. You can see the factory's running, we don't own it, and I am going down here and I'm going to purchase myself lime. So I got 116,000 left, and the lime, I'm going to get a full load. A little more than well, it's $1,860 to be exact. I like the way they added that feature with the little red number that comes up. Tells you how much you spent. Uh-oh. What the heck is happening? I'm driving like Viper. Well, this is a predicament because I don't want to reset the vehicle. It costs money. But if I do, we'll do it anyway. So just so y'all know out there, if you reset your vehicles like I'm doing right now, it can be very costly. And this one is going to cost me $5,371. But I'm that much closer to the farm. And I'll try not to roll it over this time. I've never rolled this truck over.
I've seen fees for towing basically are resetting as high as $15,000 on some of the equipment.
The fees are based on two factors: the price of the equipment. Teleport it. I didn't even think of teleporting it. I could have saved my money. It would have teleported just fine. You might want the teleport mod to save that extra money. But it's based on the price of the equipment and the distance to the reset point. So the further away you are from the reset point and the higher the piece of equipment price, the worse it's going to get. So I guess if you're way up in the corner of the forest with the Scorpion King and you roll it over, you don't want to reset it. Find whatever other options you possibly can. Just in time. Yeah, I didn't think about teleporting it. Would have been a smart thing to do with the teleport mod. I don't even know where I got that mod. I've had it for so long. It's a map maker's necessity, because when you're testing these things, you don't want to drive all around and take hours and hours playing. Yeah, it probably would. I don't know if you teleport something that's on its roof, if it lands back on its roof when it gets to its location. It might. I never tried that. But I do know that if we want to get to the factory quicker, we can teleport it. Now I'm just dumping 2 loads of each down here. Anything else I have left I'm going to leave up in the silo at the main farm until I need it. So first load of sorghum in. Definitely going to need your fuel though. You don't need a lot. I'm telling you, these first fields will keep you going for a long time. Now, it wasn't the case on Pleasant Valley. I don't know if we made it any better on version 2, but you needed to make fuel constantly to keep one of those maps going. Whereas now you can make it, and actually after the first batch will last you quite a while. I actually probably won't replant. Well, I didn't on my real save game. I didn't replant fuel crops the first time. I replanted wheat so I could get some windrow going and get some bales started and sell the wheat off over at the farmer's market, because that sells some of it per hour. Get some hourly income. Triker Star, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the stream. And you couldn't join at a better time. With another week coming up, we'll be releasing this map, PV Rivers, which is my 11th map. I believe it's number 11. Isn't that hard to believe? Well, if you count all the 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. My first Pleasant Valley map was number 1. Volcano Island was number 2. Then we had Pleasant Valleys 2, 3, and 4, which were all the single-player versions. And Fences version 2, and Industries, and then we moved on to 2014 with Pleasant Valley 15, and then PV 15 version 2, And now the rivers map. Now, Grant, you've played this for a little while now.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't talk and cut trees at the same time. As well as Viper's played this for a while now. How would you compare it? I know this is putting you guys on the spot.
Oh, I'm used to it.
I probably reset it already.
How would you compare it to Pleasant Valley version 2?
Go ahead, Viper.
I think I told my guys I think this is a lot better.
Do you?
Yes.
I find that if I wasn't really sure what people will think about it. There's so much to do, but it's a departure from way I've done things in the past few maps.
Yeah, I agree. It has a very different feel than 2.2 does. You get the feeling that it's a little more organized. Not that 2.2 wasn't organized, but when Dave gets the help system implemented and just how everything's laid out in the map, it gives a lot more organized feel and a lot easier feel in starting your farm out and deciding what to do.
Yeah, correct.
And the amount of variety, it's insane. Like you're seeing all the different ways, and there's still more, that Dave will explain on how you can start these farms out.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do.
I was aiming for a lot less grindy, and I think with all the options you have, it is really do what you feel like doing. I wanted to get the point across tonight mostly that there are so many ways to start a game. I like to do the trees. It's a fast way to get a lot of money and get better equipment, but you don't even have to ever cut a tree on this map to play it. Well, I guess you would if you want to build the factories. But there are so many different ways to play it. You can actually sell your fields back if you wanted to right off the get-go. I mean, it's crazy. Not that you would be able to create fuel, and I wonder if you could sell. That's something I never checked.
Selling fuel?
I wonder if I can sell the fuel plant and if they'll start operating. I don't think you can. Just because I didn't make it purchasable doesn't mean that it's not sellable, though. It's on the list. Something I have to check. Wouldn't that be wild?
I'm gonna have a look right now.
There's still things we're discovering, but probably not because I didn't include a price, I don't think. And it's not in the sell list. But if you get tired of running a factory, you can sell it back to them if it's one of the purchased ones. Which is kind of cool.
Anything you have that is purchasable, you can resell. That does include factories like black cap birdseed, textile, silk, soya milk. Anything in that menu screen at the admin office that you can buy, you can resell.
Right, but it's not at... But
Not at the fuel. Yeah,
not
because
the
the fuel's not in that list.
Right, okay. We don't cut oaks or elms here, Kaboomba, because they're not as fun. They're on the map if you want to cut them. They're just not up here in this is a evergreen forest. I think that most people have determined that the oaks and the elms and the birch trees were just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. By the time you strip down one oak tree, I can cut down 5 firs and sell them and make just much money.
Yeah, and you couldn't use...
Or if not more,
And
actually.
you can't use the scorpion on them, so what fun was that? The firs you could. I mean, the, what do they call those?
Popular.
Poplar trees, yeah.
I don't believe there is a sell point for extra fuel, Dave, is there?
There is not, because extra fuel, I could not make a cell trigger with this new system that will actually give fuel a price. I don't know why.
Yeah, but you can throw in that
I could do it.
fuel trigger, fuel cell trigger, and just let it sell whatever price it sells it at.
I could do it at a UPK trigger and set the price in the trigger to sell the fuel. That's the only way to do it. Any trigger I create with this new system, it gives away the fuel for free. Don't ask me why, but it does. So the only thing would be to make another, and I didn't want to have a bunch of extra triggers, or it would definitely not be a labeled trigger on the map, so on the mini map or anything. If I made one, I could put one in, but I didn't want to use it at the current gas stations too, because there's already a few trigger sets down there.
Earlier, you were looking at how many hours, or the most hours somebody watched, the most points. KW for life on mine is 623 hours and 299,000, or 2,991,363. And he beats the next person in line by 3 times.
It's a lot of skins.
Wow.
And that's Scott Enemies in second with 1,100,000 with 293 hours. Then Mr. Kaboomba and then Def Gamer.
So I'm trying to figure out if he should be called KW No Life.
Really?
I'm just busting.
I honestly think the man should open his own modding service and
Really?
pre-approved people. KW approved modding.
Oh, he's yeah, I don't know. He's got to do something.
Moderating, I guess I should say.
Moderation.
Yeah.
KW moderation. We can take him in moderation, small doses.
Well, Throsby's got a good question there.
Does he? Let's see. I cut a branch on. Oh, that's Kaboomba. Let's go. Where's Throsby? If you sell a factory purchase, can you buy it over again later? Yes, you can, but just remember, it's just like real life. You sell it, you get less. Then it costs you a lot more when you buy it back. So, not recommended to keep doing, but it can be done in a pinch if you want to grab some extra cash. And then we have Kaboomba cut one branch and drag the whole tree with the 748, and that's the way I was doing it. Dragging around with the skidder, and then I fell in love with a auto-loading trailer, and that skidder will never come out of the. Heck, we might not even include it in the mods now. No.
Yeah, that auto load trailer and the trailer Jeff's done. They're gonna put smiles on your faces when
Yeah.
you use them.
Oh, they're incredible. Love that auto-load trailer. I should probably go check on my fields so they're done about the time I'm done with all my 50 logs. But this is one way, and now what is it, 10:30? I didn't want to spend the whole time doing logging, but you know what? I enjoy it, so you might just have to watch me. And heck, there's never a time limit. It's when I fall asleep. So here's the deal. Tomorrow is going to be I am doing Sunday broadcast this time, but I was notified that I have to go out after noon to a picnic. So I had to move my Sunday broadcast time to 4 o'clock Eastern time. And it's usually a recap show, but it's going to be more of a continuation show, and we'll show you a couple of the quicker, easier ways to make some cash and get your farm going in the beginning. Tomorrow, it'll be a continuation of today's show, and it'll be called the recap show anyway. but it'll be at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, probably run a few hours, and then we'll try to get it back on a normal schedule. Maybe Sunday's not the best time. I'd like to do it early in the day for the overseas people, but we had a great turnout on the first recap show we did. Bob Austin 123, thanks for the follow. So we're definitely gonna get one in there. I'm not exactly sure if the time zone was still the best for everybody on a Sunday, but we had an awesome turnout. I was really, really surprised. So that was cool. And we will do it again. And then we will come back again. You're going to see, I've got plans. When this map is done, we're not done by no means. And I'm going to try to give you guys we're going to do a project. Here, this is the first time you're going to hear about this, because I've been trying to piece together where to go at this point forward. And a lot of you guys have asked for UPK lessons, how to do building stuff with the UPK, and map classes on that. But there is one project that I have started that I've never finished that will require, it's all being done in the UPK kit. So I'm going to go back and finish that up, and it's going to be kind of a fun thing to have
I think I know what it is.
as a backup thing for everybody to enjoy. So it won't be a long project to finish up. I think we'll probably have maybe 4 to 6 week little mini series but it'll be, you guys will be there with me live developing it, and we'll get you used to the UPK stuff. And you want to care to guess what that project is?
I know what it is, I think.
Well, let me hear it. Let me hear it.
The Olympic Stadium.
Olympic Stadium. Yep. We're going to go back and
Bingo.
finish up the Olympic Stadium map. First thing that has to be done is we have to put a museum in the Olympic Stadium. It'll look really good right outside the stadium, because that's going in every map from here on forward. Thank all our donations, all our donors. And I didn't show you guys that today, but it's still there. It's not going anywhere. And we're going to do that. We'll do it. Most of those portions we'll try to get live and get you guys. I got to still think of some ideas, but we'll utilize that UPK kit in all sorts of ways. And there will be some a building competition in the whole farming Olympic competition thing as well. So that will pretty much give you the basics on how to do a factory right there. And we'll cover some of the different things that you can do with the UPK kit as you're
Just
making your
a
maps.
just a clarification, Dave. That's Saturday or Sunday?
Well, tomorrow, Sunday, Sunday is the recap show. I will be,
Okay.
and we're going to just keep going right now, finishing up this, but June 18th will not be the last date you'll see me this year. That's all. We're going to go, I'll probably take a couple weeks off of not doing any actual map making, and just do some playing and be around on some regular streams to answer people's questions. And I'm going to try to get out there amongst all the streamers that are streaming my map. Chetty, I do want to stop in and say hello to your viewers and answer any of their questions when the map comes out. And we'll get over to Viper's stream and Troutmouth and whoever else I know is streaming, which is a lot of people. We got Ludicrous Fox, you name it. But if I'm missing your name, it's probably because I'm not remembering it right now. But if you do stream, or plan on streaming this map when it comes out, and want me to stop in, we can work whatever you want out. If you want to schedule a time, or if you just want me to drop in, just private message me on our forums. Register for our forums. The button's right down below, Dadgenet Mods. Private message me that, yeah, you'd love it for me to stop in when the map comes out and talk to your guys, so make sure I don't miss you. We'll answer any questions they might have as you're playing. And if you don't want me there, and you want me to just stay the hell away, you can tell me that too. Don't bother my stream. I don't think I'm even going to cut these up. It was much more fun bringing them over in big long pieces. Memolar with a $20 donation. Thanks once again, Memolar, for another $20. And it says, I missed what it says. I'll have to read it again. It's funny that it's so small on my screen to get all this apparatus. It says, to you, Dave, and all the testers, thank you for all you guys are doing. These guys that, yeah, I can't thank all the people behind the scenes that are helping out here. They're gonna they'll get their present as well when the whole job is finished.
It really, it's fun. I mean, it's a lot of fun going through the process of watching how all this stuff gets together and then being able to contribute. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's a process, but it is kind of fun to have these guys around. I don't know if I'd do it if it was just me anymore, you know?
It would be a little boring by yourself. Yeah, I think you'd be just as creative, but it would be a little boring.
Yeah, it would be.
You bore yourself to death, Dave. You'd have to have us there.
It could get boring sitting here. I always love to. I love to jump on this, and you guys really, like I said, we need backstage pass to our Mumble, because it's a whole different world when you're on this side of the conversation.
Yep.
And what goes on in the brainstorming and the amount of stupid ideas that come out of these guys' mouths. Jeff's particularly after midnight.
Jeff's setups, his pitch.
His pitch.
It's one of the most hilarious things you'll ever hear. You know, like brace yourself, guys.
I've got this new idea, and I'm not sure how it's gonna, but yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, you don't kick me out of Mumble, okay, for
Just
what I'm
hear me
about
out.
to say.
Just hear me out. How about if we make bales fall from the sky? And we color them pink and purple like ponies.
Oh, the one that got me the worst was your moon landing map.
Oh, that was did anybody fall for that?
I might have been the only one.
I never heard of that one.
You never
I might have
heard
been
of
the
that?
only one, and I actually got mad when I saw it because I was such a diehard farm guy that I was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, I just rolled my truck. I did a Viper, help. All right, this is why you need extra vehicles on the farm. Or, wait a minute, wait for it, we got to do the test. See, if you teleport, oh, but it straightened it back up. If you teleport, it'll still be on the side when you teleport it. That's interesting.
Does it bring the load?
Huh? No,
Do-
I lost
Oh.
the load.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
But
Yeah, I'm watching me today and tipped over yet. He puts a long delay on his streams.
yeah, I have. It's a 15-second. It's supposed to be, I think.
Really? Maybe, I don't know. I thought it was 30 seconds still.
Yeah, it might be. That was fun. Well, it was embarrassing, but it was fun. All right, we're gonna pick up some trees and try to get them to the sell point this time. Oops, I just unloaded. Do not hit the unload button when you're driving away. There we go. So where was I before I crashed and burned?
Oh, I got a question for everyone in Dave's chat. What do you think about the idea of seeing Dave actually build these maps? The process of doing it, the sitting back and you're a fly on the wall and you're looking at Dave's computer sort of thing and watch him do this. Do you think you'd enjoy that?
That'd be an interesting question. Some people probably would. It's a possibility.
We're trying to pull him out of this perfection thing he has going on to get him to stream a little more.
I love to stream and I love to interact with the audience, but I don't want it to become stale either. Not that it would.
I think once you start it, you'll actually naturally get into
Yeah, I
a
guess
conversation.
I'm so used to trying to interact with the everybody that I get worried because it's map making. You can't hide. You guys have seen my live. That's a good point right there. You have seen my live map making classes. That was a feat to pull off. So you have seen me screw up pretty bad on a regular basis. Some of the tutorials went really well, but yeah, sometimes you know what? Oh my God, I forgot how to do that. Now I'm trying to teach other people how to do it. It it's not all easy, and sometimes you sit there and you're grinding out an idea. You know how long it took me to figure out how to build a factory? Like 30 different tries at figuring out how to get those scripts to do it. Boy, look at this load. That was just a bad load. Sweetie Doyle, thanks for the follow. I know. Let me unload
and
X.
and you think they would get bored with watching you do stuff naturally without all the prep. They would love it.
Yeah, everybody's
It
saying yes.
it would be no more PG rating. It's trying. We're maintaining a PG rating. It's a possibility. I'm just saying that sometimes you're thinking more than you're doing. So you'd be staring at me. Well, not me. My God, if I put my picture up there, I lose all my viewers. Now, that might happen someday, but I still got a hole in the side of my head that isn't very pretty. So,
That's an interesting picture.
oh yeah, but it's not pretty.
I didn't know you had a hole in your head.
Uh, they put a drain in the side of my face when I had that tooth problem,
Oh, okay.
and it's still healing.
Okay.
I finally took the bandage off, but there is like a pencil eraser size hole in my left side of my face. Not to mention that it's very dangerous for me to get near it with the razor, so it's a hairy hole.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Now you're really painting a picture now.
Yeah, you're setting me up so bad here.
Okay, so
The elephant man. Oh, I'm not an animal.
that has to heal up before. We might bring back our visitor that we had last year at the release party. You remember that person? Well, we had several.
Oh, yes, I remember that now.
We had visitors. Oh boy, what did I just do?
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, they made a couple. Here, we'll take a couple of them over. This is a big tree.
You still got that app, or did you
I couldn't
erased it?
program field status if I didn't have a hole in the side of my head. What's the problem? Oh boy. I've got one too many holes in my head right now. But I'm doing so much better today than yesterday. Oh yeah, and you want to be a fly on the wall in this conversation last week, you'd hear all the talk about my interesting issues. Not the most pleasant conversation this week, has it been?
Yeah, it's been interesting.
Your viewers would have a kick out of you arguing with yourself.
Do I argue with myself?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
I might.
Honestly, Dave, it would just come natural. I mean,
Yeah,
you sit
that's what I
there and
think.
you cue your mic and you talk away, and we're there and
Oh,
we're
they
listening,
would.
and
You guys
and the
would probably actually get a kick out of me when I'm doing some of the map stuff and say, what the heck? Because I wouldn't. Sometimes, yeah, you'd wonder what the heck I was doing. Because sometimes I don't even know. I just keep trying things. That's the only way you keep getting new ideas. Try new things, you know?
Hmm.
yeah,
The
you,
funny
you
thing
think
is,
you do a lot of thinking out loud.
if we do this and I go live, there are going to be episodes where we do 4 or 5 hours straight of trying to do something, and we will accomplish absolutely nothing. Just like this one right now. Let's see if I can teleport this and straighten it back up again. Oh, yeah. 7 hours of nothing. All right, come on. You can do it. Yay. Yeah, because sometimes you just try to work out an idea and it doesn't ever manage to happen. It's like, okay, let's cross that one off the list. I think Olympic Stadium's a perfect project to give that a test run, though, because I already have some ideas that I want to put in it. We're going to need some more, and it's all utilizing the UPK kit, which a lot of people out there want to know. So we're going to design things that I don't even know what we're going to design yet, but we're going to do it utilizing the features that the UPK kit has. And it might show people to think outside the box on what they might be able to pull off with it, you know? You got to try to think outside the box. No, I don't like to do what everybody else is doing. Have you noticed that?
Well, that's what I liked about this map is it's not like others. You know what I mean? Your design is very awesome.
I like to utilize the best stuff that's available out there, but I don't like to do everything that everybody else does because then it wouldn't be the same, you know? It wouldn't be different. I mean, I could have made this the Kavkaza map all over again, but there's already one of those out there.
Yeah, and there you've got the way you've designed this, you've got areas that have a good feel to it, like the forestry area where you've got it all right there and some accessible forest. And the animal area especially, I absolutely love the animal area on this map. It's the little mountain hill range around the outside of it and how it's all laid out. It's fun and it has it's pleasing to play.
Yeah, correct. Exactly.
Oh, going back to I know what we were talking about. The spoof map that I did actually was something I was messing around with, but more for my nieces and nephews that were in the house. And it was very early on in my development, so I wanted to push and see just what could I do with the Giants engine. Could you create another game out of it per se? So I started the farming in outer space map, and that was the one that Grant was talking about earlier. And
He got me good with that one.
There is a video clip in this. What was I doing? I did a series of videos of what was coming, and then it was the history of Pleasant Valley videos, and it was leading up to the next map release that I wanted to do, and I might have been Industries, because it was pretty late that I started doing the videos. It might have been Industries that I was promoting. So I did a whole segment in downtime of the history of Pleasant Valley, and it is on my YouTube channel. You'll have to look at it. And it goes through each of the Pleasant Valleys, and it led up to the last map I did for 2013, which was Industries. But I had this map where I had created literally a farm underground. I changed everything to make it look like you were in Mars. The grass was red. You were planting Hershey bar windrow from harvesting the chocolate grass, and
cotton candy
and lollipop fields.
Blue colored fields.
Yep. And it was just something I was just messing around with, underground silos and everything, like little space stations. And I said, as I was doing Industries, I'm like, I was running out of the video series that I was making there, and I didn't have the Industries map ready yet. So I wanted to put out one more week, buy myself one more week, and I was thinking, what can I do to buy myself one more week of these videos before I introduce the Industries map? So I was looking around and I found that map and I said, I've got the perfect idea. And I did a big spoof thing video on Pleasant Valley in outer space. And I led people to believe that that was the next map I was working on until the end of the video. You have to watch it to see what I'm talking about if you missed it. Click the YouTube link, you'll find it there somewhere buried in the thousands of videos that are up there. The history of
It's a
Pleasant
good one.
Valley.
It's definitely a good one.
But it was really something I was just working on to see what the capabilities were of. And when I made chocolate bars come out of the back of a combine, that was awesome. That's all I could say. Something that hasn't been done before. Mow down the chocolate grass and have chocolate bar windrow.
Well, and just imagine what could be done with the Unreal Engine,
Oh yeah,
applying a farming aspect
exactly.
to it. It's unlimited.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get into more show and tell building during the building process. We'll see how it goes with the yeah, Olympic Stadium map, which I think is going to be just a fun project after it's done to host little competitions, especially between different streamers, you know. Let people bet on, and then maybe when it's done, we'll do a party with that one. It'll be a smaller one, but we'll get all our streamers together that want to stream on it, and we'll put them each in their own, up to 8 of them, I think it has. It's been so long since I even looked at it. And if we get more, we'll put 2 in a lane.
Yeah, I think you do have 8. Well, you got four arenas, I think, whatever it is. And you said you got pair 'em up, have 2-man teams or whatever it is.
There's definitely more than 4 lanes. I think it's 8 lanes, and you could pair them up to have 16 people on a server. I think that's the way I planned it, which would be the maximum for a server anyway. Pretty sure there's 8 lanes, but yeah, that'll be fun to do some competitions every now and then and see who can sabotage the other teams the most. 13 trees left. That's all I gotta cut down. But you can see we're making some cash. So we had 6 points before I finished this up, right?
VIPER278 moved to
Correct.
AFK.
Viper left us.
Well, you might be having a little technical issue.
Jono009. Welcome to the stream. Hello from Australia. Hello from New York, USA. And Lonnie ERC, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Australia, welcome from the other side of the world. Basically. How are things in Australia today? Hey, wait a minute. So if it's spring here, that means they're in fall there, right? I'm sorry, you're going into winter. I don't like the winter. It's cold.
I don't even know. Does it get cold in Australia in winter?
I don't know, does it? Do the kangaroos hibernate? That is one place that I would have loved to go in my lifetime. I hope I get to. I don't see it happening anytime soon, but Australia I wanted to visit. John No 009, thank you for the follow. And Priest Rodin, thank you for the follow as well. And just for all the new followers, if you check down below, you will see a schedule on PV Rivers map that we're playing on right now of when it's going to be released. The week of June 14th, 16th, and 18th, I'll be having 3 broadcasts releasing this map, as well as the big grand finale, well, not grand finale, but the big release party. on June 18th, we'll bring lots of prizes to lots of people with over $1,200 of prizes on this little stream. You don't see many streams give away that much, do you? Well, it'll be 600-ish on mine and another 600 on Viper's. But a multi-stream with $1,200 worth of prizes. Between 3 streamers, there will be prizes being given away. Myself, and I'm pretty sure Big Daddy's still in on this. I haven't really talked to him much about it, but he should be there as well. He said he had a few things he wanted to give away at that stream, if he can make it. It is his anniversary weekend, I think, so that kind of...
Oh, that's right, yeah.
If his wife lets him make it. It isn't his anniversary day. That would have been Friday. And Viper278, you want to follow him too, because he's got $600 of prizes to give away that same day if you're not following him. Viper278. It's going to be one heck of a day. And you know, I expect maybe a couple hundred people. You never know if everybody will come out. We had over 100. That was our biggest broadcast when we released version 2. There was no doubt about it. But we didn't have near the prizes. I will say that as that broadcast went on, I don't know if people recall this, but I'm pretty sure we ended up giving away about $600 worth of prizes on my stream net broadcast as well, because people were having so much fun. The donations just kept coming in and we kept giving more and more away. And it lasted a long time, but it was a lot of fun.
Oh, I am sure you're going to get a good turnout, and so will Viper.
Oh, I've got people from all walks of life. My family might actually tune into my broadcast that week.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice, you know? Hey, I'm on every Friday night. You should stop in and see me. Oh, you're giving away prizes? And I could actually win a gift card that I could use at Home Depot, maybe? I'll be there.
Yeah, those gift cards, I mean, they range just about anything. I mean, you go have
Yeah.
yourself a nice meal on them as well.
Yeah, the gift.com cards, you can go out to dinner. Exactly. So yeah, I have people that in my own family that aren't even watching tonight that will probably be watching that show, and they're not going to have any points, so they're not going to win anything anyway. They'll have a little bit, but they never watch my broadcasts. There will be people that I tell you, when I'm walking around, somebody asks me, here, go to my Twitch channel. Check it out. No, it'll be a fun show. It'll be interesting. But the main whole reason we do that broadcast is because we're going to release the map. And you guys finally get your hand on it. And it's just a fun way for me to be around while you guys are trying to figure everything out, and might have questions while you're the first time you're starting to play. And it makes us available for answering all those questions that will pop up, or at least, you know, hanging out anyway with you guys as you're figuring it all out.
It's one of the nice things about being on Twitch is that interactive part of it where you can sit there and play along and ask your questions and get instant answers, and that's a big part of it. Makes it fun.
Yep. Want to be able to get people started, and then we'll after that broadcast, we'll take a couple weeks. I'll make the rounds, and I'll be doing more of those, more broadcasting, just playing the game as I am today. You're going to see a lot more, but we'll answer questions, and then I'll get on everybody else's streams too. If you remember, last year, and Troutmouth will probably remember this quite well, he invited somebody onto his server, and I forget who it was, but they got his server information, somebody in our group, and they got his his password and everything, and we raided it. All of us, the whole crew that was here, jumped on all at the same time. Talk about the lag spike he had on his server, but there was like 6 of us, I think. We all jumped in to his stream all at the same time, right on
That's
his server and everything.
a whole lot of synchronizing simulator.
Oh yeah, it was synchronizing. It's like, what the heck is going on here? We didn't tell him it was coming. I know Big Daddy, myself, Hunter Farmer, and a few others were there. It was fun. All right, let's pick up these. Well, let's go get some.
Have you
boards.
decided, Dave, on what part of the 12-hour stream will you be releasing the map? Beginning, middle, or end?
We're going to be giving it away probably in the first hour and all the way through.
There you go, Bad Touch.
That is because we want to make sure everybody gets it during that 12-hour stream. And John09 says he's a big fan of my map. He really loves the map, mate. We have a server running with your map called Cal HHA Farm Division, and we all run VTC. Oh, and it scrolled off my screen as I was reading his message.
Oh, they play ATS and
Yep,
Euro
and
Truck as well?
Eurotruck. I'm glad you can't wait. Thanks, John09. John0009. Yeah, I am looking so forward to getting this to everybody finally. I know it's been a long time coming, and a lot longer than most of my maps, but there were several things that have popped up during the process of making it, and one of them was literally just stress and burnout from it got to be interesting around here for a little while. Let's just put it that way.
VIPER278 entered channel.
So we took a little
Yeah.
break.
So breaks are good. I
needed
mean,
to get a fresh start, and as you know, I came back and I've been working on it ever since, and through sickness and in health. So it's been tough since I got back. It's a good thing I had the break. Let's put it that way.
well,
Because-
and look at what you guys are getting after the break. I mean, you got to play 2.2 thoroughly front to end, and now you're going to get Rivers, and it's even better than 2.2. So your guys you're gonna forget there was a break. I'll put it to you that way.
I keep thinking every map I do seems to be better than the last. It's got to end somewhere. So that's why we're doing Olympic Stadium. It will not be as good as this, but it's a whole different concept. You know? So
Yeah,
it
different
doesn't-
idea, different feel.
It doesn't have to be. It's a
A
different
fun, something for fun.
Yeah, it's a different thing altogether, so. But we just build as the mods that are released in the community dictate what we're doing as we're building, really. I mean, there was no feed mixer when we started this, back when we started this project, and it's probably one of the best mods that have ever been made. And if something like that comes out, it has to go into my map, you know, to not have something of that quality. And that's what I look for, the new, unique, best things that are out there. And then we also try to invent some on our own, like the stone processing facility and the rocks that you can shovel and stuff like that. And I think that's what keeps people coming back.
Yeah, there's so many interesting ideas out there that don't make it to the final version for whatever reason, whether it's a time constraint or a Giants engine restriction. There's so much stuff out there that we would like to get done, but the final product is still an amazing product, given everything that gets left on the cutting room floor.
There are a thousand things that get left on, and a lot of people are going to say, well, it's such a small thing. But the thing is, I could go for the rest of the year doing all the it's just a small thing, you know? And
Yeah.
like I literally could develop a map forever. And it's been that way with every map I've done. It's like, okay, if the I ever want these people to play it, I've got to stop somewhere. And I just eventually draw a line and okay, yeah, I didn't get a conveyor over at this place or this isn't, and they are small things, but the line has been drawn for this release and we're past that point of adding stuff in, so unless it's a something that's game breaking, it will be in the next map.
Yep, everybody basically has to ask themselves, do you want to have a map to play, or just have Dave work on map that you never get to see because everything's getting added to it that
That's
everybody suggests.
Yep, Bad Touch says he may if he may add, I keep setting the bar for higher and higher for Farming Simulator. I think that's I don't know if I do things differently. My maps are not popular in Germany.
I
People
uh,
people
I
play
honestly think,
what's
Dave,
that?
I honestly think, sorry, I honestly think that Giants would do good by hiring you. Uh, they could improve their product dramatically by
They
simply making you part of their team.
well, I could certainly use the job.
Yeah,
uh,
you and Maru, two people they should be looking at saying,
he's
hey, we need these guys in our employment.
he's incredible at the things he does. I rely on the people like Marhu and the script writers that made this Russian script. I do put it in my own way, and make things work. So I don't, it's hard to even explain. But without these people making these great things, I don't have anything. So, but I do have a million ideas I could give them. They're just usually getting to it late. you know, sometimes they come up with things, man. It's like but like Bad Touch said, I pushed the bar, and maybe it is. There weren't many people that had factories in maps, much less there were none that had buildable, till I put it out there. So maybe my ideas are sparking some ideas in these people that have the talents to come up with these scripts that run all these factories now. It's the best script set that's been out there, and the pallets. We've always wanted pallets. And we've always wanted bale. How many times in our streams in the past several years did we say we need to get bales that we could take off the fields and then be able to put them back on so we don't have the lag issues? So, you just keep throwing those ideas out there. Somebody with the talent will come up with them eventually.
Yeah,
I mean, they're nothing novel, but most of these things are born out of necessity. And I just like to put together maps that have the most and the best and can keep you. It was really my play style. I always said I designed it for me. My very first map, I had absolutely no intention of ever uh, being a modder. Really, I made a map for myself and I threw it up on a website. And then some guy contacts me and says, "Hey, I want to start a server." And he already had a website built for it and everything. And that was the old, I don't know if you guys remember the old engine.com site that we had up.
yeah.
It's and it's like, all right, I guess I could do it. And then before you knew it, I had a group of people playing my map, and I'm like, I really only built it because I wanted a map that I didn't have to keep fast forwarding time through. So I wanted a 4X map, and I just grabbed the 4X map and just started editing it, and then before you knew it, I created my whole map, so I released it so other people might like it, and it got terrible reviews, and I could look back and I could realize why. It was flat and empty, but it was my first map, and some people liked it. So, and I played
Yeah, you got to make mistakes to learn anything in life.
You have to. It is hilarious. That's why I created the History of Pleasant Valley video series. Watch it, and it doesn't even include Pleasant Valley from version, the PV15 maps. But watch where things started, and you'll see how I learned. So anybody starting out with map making, do it. Look at, learn something every time you do another map. That's all. Try to learn as much as you can. My maps sucked. Well, if I wouldn't say they sucked, they were good at the time. But what I'm creating today is a lot different than what I created back then.
PJ wants to give you more money if you'll make a small change.
All right, what's the change and how much money are we talking?
He he can be bought, viewers.
Where's the request? And I'll move him up to the top of the list. Let's see. Money, was it on my stream? Where did I see that?
He says, I will donate extra 20 if you change the cement factory to concrete factory,
That's
which is
really
more real.
That's really bugging him, isn't it?
Yes. He points that out on my stream a lot.
Well,
When
here's
I
the
mention
problem.
concrete, he says, "Oh, good, you remembered."
Can we have Lafarge Cement create concrete?
Well, technically, it is concrete because you're using
I know
gravel
it's
and
technically
aggregate.
concrete. You know the work that's gonna have to go into that. I think it's more than $20.
Oh, oh. He put the challenge out to you there, Pukes.
I'm looking. Who was asking?
Mr. Pukes?
Pukes was? Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta do it then. That's all there is to it. No, all right, concrete it is. I thought it was somebody else. I've already taken enough of Pukes' money. Concrete next week. It's about a 6-hour change, but I'll do it for him. There goes a half a day, but yep, you got it. It's coming right up.
6 hours for $20, folks. There you go. How
Um,
much is that an hour?
It's integrated in. Let's see. Let me think about this. We have to change the cement factory name because it's a cement factory, not a concrete factory. So we need all new signage. Then we have to change the fill type names throughout the map. So that's in the multi-fruit utility, and it's going to be in the multi-fruit, well, in the multi-fruit module standard, but also in the fruit registration script it has to be changed. And it has to be changed in the mod description file and all the vehicles that carry cement. So the cement mixer has to have the fill type changed as well. I think that might be it. It might not be 6 hours, but it is a lot of loose ends to tie together to make
All right,
it concrete.
Mr. Pukes is opening up his checkbook. He says, "How much?" He's got a blank check for you.
It's done. You don't need to give me any more.
For 20, I'll break out Windows Paint and do it in marker across the front of LaForge. This is
There you go.
For 20, you know what? I'm not even gonna look up a cement factory name. It's gonna be Pukes Concrete.
there you go.
There you go.
You've
I
got the
second that
next
motion.
building worked into the map, into the memorial there for his level.
Oh my gosh. I can't even think straight. Somebody else. He had put his wallet away. No, if it was him, are you kidding? It might be his cement factory by the end of the week, but it will definitely change. I got 1 week to get it done because we're running out of time. Well, we got 2 weeks, but I always like to have a little time extra there just in case something major happens.
Yeah, there's always that last minute stuff.
Yeah, he's donated enough to buy the concrete factory or name it whatever he wants it named. Does he have a name picked out?
A very, very generous man, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, read the Bad Touches comment.
Bad touches.
Be just concrete.
Concrete. Yep, that's what it might end up being. If he doesn't, unless he wants to name something else. Because the signs now all have to change. Because it's not cement anymore.
You could always mess it up and put PJ's cement. PJ's cement.
Yeah. So here's the thing, anybody wants any changes done right now? You're gonna have to donate to P Jevs there 03 to make up the money that because he can put them directly through to me. He can get stuff done. Uh, he's been with me since we started broadcasting. He's followed just about every. I think he might have been here for every one of them, and it's not even in. What time is it in Denmark when he's on?
They think he's 6 hours ahead of me, ahead of us.
So it's literally like he's going on
3 a.m.
early morning hours.
No, he's probably at 5:14.
In the morning. Oh, that's right. See, Throsby throws up something else.
Right, the box trucks,
Now
and
the
then
box
Jeff will have
Oh,
to
wait.
change the van there, the reefer
We
van.
need to. The box trucks don't carry cement,
Yeah, just the mixer does.
but the mixer has all them graphics on it. So it has to be reskinned.
And
that's
the pallet graphics.
we don't have pallets at the cement factory right now. Just a cement mixer picks it up. I know it's disappointing.
Oh, okay. I thought it did.
It doesn't. There's pallets on the ground over there, but they're really they're generic, and they're
For
not
show.
actually
Okay.
ones. But now, yep, PJev's concrete. See, that's what he wants. It's 3 a.m. over there, and that's what he gets. So he's gonna have his name rolling around the outside of a cement mixer. That's the way it works. You donate that much money. He's been here since I started streaming. I don't know what the first map he played that I made was, but generous donations tonight. As you can see in the bottom corner, I actually have to add to his counter manually because he's donated under so many different names in the past that that counter will be updated. That was before tonight's donation. So if you take the top number, the 101 and 11 cents, and add it to the bottom number, that's how much he's donated to date. And that's just, I don't think I can guarantee you this. There's never been anybody in my life more generous to me than he's been. So
Is that something you can do, Dave, and not ruin their game saves after release date?
yes, that's all just graphical. No problem with the game saves. I didn't even take the branches off of these trees.
So don't get scared, guys. It doesn't mean
problem.
you're going to get a delay on the release date.
Although it does have to be changed in the factory list from the. Well, it could still say nope. It has to say concrete factory, not cement factory.
All right. Puke
yeah.
says he's seen PV1.
He's been there since PV1. Wow, amazing. I'm sorry for that. No, I've been here since PV1 as well. Has anybody played?
Well, they call PV1, but I don't know if he means PV15-1 or PV1 itself, because a lot of people they shortcut. They just put PV2
Yeah.
as a version of PV15 version 2.
Somebody along the way, I don't know, it might be a new viewer, said, "What's the point of this game? You know, what is
Yeah,
it?"
it was two people going back and forth on that.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's there is no point.
It's really Farm
It's
Sim is a relaxing game.
It's fun and relaxing, not it's this game, yeah, is the point is not to get as stuck as I just did. To be able to get trees from one place to another and not get stuck. That's the point. Wow, did I make a mess of that?
See, people think my driving's bad, but I do it on purpose just to give myself some amusement
Well, you know, it works. You gotta have
and to
some.
see how you can get out of sticky situations.
I
know,
did
we're-
it, sort of.
We're going to have to change the name to How to Delay Making Money at the Start of the Game.
Yes. No, well, I'm just. Look at the time on the clock, 9:51. We started at 7:40, so we're only 2 hours into the game. I lost
That
the
is
train.
not bad income for a couple hours.
And I haven't even pulled the train trigger the second time. But this is one way. We're going to get into the second way real fast because I know you guys are probably sick of trees. But I wanted to show you what one set of trees. I still haven't even cut 5 of them.
His truck looks like a dog trying to get a stick through a doorway. He's trying to figure out how to get that stick through the doorway.
So your first way to make money, it might not be the easiest if you do it the way I do, which is really bad. But then there's way number 2. What is way number 2? I forget.
Grass cutting.
Oh yeah, you could cut grass, and you've got the equipment to cut it. It's not you just buy yourself a mower. We're getting a
Yeah, that's what we did on the Caucasian map. We just bought the front mower and a loading wagon and started cutting.
and you can fill up that BGA in a day, and then you also get the silage to bring over to your fertilizer master, and then all you need to buy is so. If you go that route, you just need to buy the mowers, either a front mower, and you can find the forage wagon on the map now. And you'd need a shovel to shovel the BGA the next day.
Well, Dave, you did say you wanted to remove one of the trailers, right? Maybe you could replace that with the front mower.
I can replace it with the front mower. Good idea. The cultivator.
Yes, yes.
That is it. I'm going to replace it with the front mower because that'll be a much more useful piece of equipment than the cultivator.
Yeah, because you already got 2 you're starting with, right?
Yeah.
Cultivators.
Yeah. So we'll give you that'll be done. It has to be an in-game piece of equipment, and that's perfect. The next way that you could do it is very simple. You've got to find some of these pieces. And actually, maybe you'll decide to play based on what you find on the farm. And while we're waiting for our field, we can move to way number 2, which isn't exactly... We're going to jump down and buy a bucket. Well, let's buy the bucket. Which bucket goes to the front loader?
The
big-
Lieber.
Oh,
The front loader. Yeah, it's be under your
Wheel loader.
wheel loaders. Yeah.
Wheel loaders. That's what I'm looking for. I want the universal bucket. And because I can, I'm going to teleport. I know that's getting old, but it's fun. So I've got 250. I don't think this train sold yet. Or did it? I want more. Give me more money. If digging in the... Okay, well actually this doesn't work quite yet. You need to have your fuel ready because the... Well, you can do it this. Come on, bucket. Thank you. Why is that bucket alive? Is it trying to flip? No, because it's upside down. Ha ha ha. There I go. I got $394,000. Isn't that awesome? So one thing I definitely need is that big seeder because we don't get to see the fields done. I sold all my seeders. But I still haven't finished selling all the logs up there. So you can see that logging will get you everything you need. I did it until I had the seeder, which is the modded seeder right here for 210. And I'll match the tractor that I like, which is the next thing I buy. I'm halfway there already. I like, my favorite tractor is the Claas Zerion here. So I only need another 100,000 and I can get the tractor. I have the seeder. I already have the fertilizing and your farm is ready to go. We're going to leave that there and teleport down to here. Now, that didn't teleport. Darn all. It has a problem going down to this corner of the map for some reason. Oh, well, we might have to drive. I made 144K, and that was the second time we made the train. Yeah, you can get, it's close to, I think if you do it and you shave all the trees down and you buy you can get like 600,000 per tree license. It's roughly around that much, depending on the tree sizes that you're cutting. I mean, it does vary, but you can get about 600K per tree license, and I just want, that is my favorite way to get started. I can't get the teleport to work though. It's a very easy way to get money. You can have all the big equipment on your farm. Like you see, we've only been here a couple hours now, and I've already got the biggest seeder. Well, not the biggest, but one of the bigger seeders. I don't have to mess with those little blue cultivators now because I don't have to cultivate the first time through. Those seeders will plant right over the top. All I need now is a tractor to... Actually, the tractor, the Ursus that we found, will pull that seeder. So if I don't get another 100,000 before I start, but that's really finishing up the logs, and then I'll have it. Once I finish doing those logs. But I wanted to show you guys a couple of other easy ways to make money. I wish... I can't get the teleport to work. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Weird. It does that every now and then. Once you have all of your products, which we will have in a minute, at the fuel factory, you can get the rocks, the stones down here going, and that's where we're going to bring this, but we're not going to use it quite yet. And you can, you do need the products off the first fields. You can actually start selling the stones directly across the street to the stone processing facility. It's a quick run. You can get a couple of them in here at a time, and they pay pretty well. And you're moving those stones right over. You can also sell other of the gravel and stuff. It doesn't pay well, but it's right there. So if you wanted to start scooping up trailer loads of coal or any of the products down there and bring them right out to the train and dump them into where the train is, you are ready to go. They'll sell right off, and then when you send that train, you get a bonus as well for any of those products. Yeah, I don't know why that's not working.
Conarin had a question about roughly how many mods will be included in the pack that comes with the map.
That is a really good question. There is going to be this time 2 different mod packs. We're going to try to keep it simple. And somehow in each mod pack we're going to have a mod list as well. And it will be in basically, if we haven't had to edit the map, the mod, I don't want to give out the mod. We'll let you get it from the original maker's site and give them all the credit that they deserve if we didn't have to do any edits. So there are a few links that you'll have a list that you'll have to go. We'll make it as easy as possible. Maybe I'll put it right into a Google spreadsheet right inside the folder when we release it, you know, so they have the link to, we'll do some testing, see what the guys think work best. But you'll have a few links, like for instance, field status is not a required mod, but there's going to be an essential pack, which are definite mods you will need, and that's going to be relatively small. And what I mean by definitely mods you need, it's you're going to either need it to run the map, such as the Universal Process Kit is a must-have, as well as our Multi-Fruit Module standard must-have them. The map's just not going to work without them. You won't have the functionality, you'll get errors, and those are must-haves. And the second type of must-have mod is one that is needed to do the stuff on the map, and they will be included. as well. Those are things such as the box truck. Now, you might find something that can carry any product in the world, and you might not need our box trailer or stuff in the future.
Another one is that we found out today is going to be the two versions of the AR fuel tanker, and there's one aspect of the game where you're going to need both those units, both
Yeah,
the one that can fill the fuel and the one that can pull the fuel out,
right.
and we found that out today.
Either that or you need very prior planning. What Grant's talking about is that as you do your upgrades, you have to empty your silos. So nothing's gonna suck more than, and he's helped me out with that because he found a couple things. If you have 10,000 seeds in the main farm, or whatever the capacity is, and all of a sudden now you got enough money to upgrade it, you have to empty everything in those silos. Well, before we had no way to get seed out.
Yeah, you could trailer seed in, but the only way to get it out was to pull a seeder there and fill your seeder and plant. So if you've got, 500,000 seeds sitting in there, you're going to be planning for 2 or 3 days before you get rid of all that and be able to do your upgrade. Plus, you're not going to be able to use that storage facility during that process. So Dave fixed it in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, we added a seed to the main silo on the farm so you can fill up a trailer to get the seed out faster. Whereas fuel, you're going to need to use that secondary trailer to fill it, to take it out if you overfill it. It's either that or prior planning to make sure running your fuel down before your upgrade. But most people are going to keep it filled up at the main farm anyway, or any of the farms. So it's just something we want to make sure you have those essential tools, and those are all mods that will be essential. You might not realize that you need them, but you're going to need something to move the fuel around, so you'll have the fuel trailer. And then you're going to need to have our loader. For instance, the cat isn't a necessity, but for this size map, I think we always include the cat. You want something big, you know. Those will be in our essential pack to make it. Yeah, there's alternatives out there for stuff like the cat loader, but I think that most of you will agree that you're going to want it. It's going to be an essential piece of equipment when you get to
Yeah,
that level. You don't want to
those
be
are those essentials you don't want to remove. You want to stick them in there and just let them be and understand that you need them.
right. And then there's going to be an extras mod pack. Well, the essential too. If you're going to move the pallets around, Big Daddy's pallet trailer is an essential piece because we want you to be able to move the pallets easily, and that hauls all the pallets. Fuel storage is upgraded at the farm with all the storage. Everything gets upgraded now. So at the main farm, let's see, warehouses. You could see fuel already can hold up to 500,000 liters. When you all in the storage facility over here, it can hold 500,000. You upgrade the farm, it can hold 1 million. Every product gets upgraded in the same increment. So you have 500,000 storage for each of the products they take at each of the farms, and they can be upgraded at the main farms to hold more. Now the BGA and everything still have their individual tanks, and they're a lot less. But the extras pack are things you're not going to need, but we feel like we've done the work on them. Then we've made it compatible. They are PV Rivers friendly, so to speak, and they're things like the tractors that I showed you, the Axion. We've tweaked them. We've had to make some arrangements usually on a lot of this stuff so that they will work. We've gotten rid of errors. That's the first thing, which 90% of the mods out there do have. But we like to keep as error-free as possible. They're just complementary equipment to help you out. And Big Daddy introduced you last week, if you were here, to a lot of that new equipment that he's found a lot, and we'll see what cuts. He was still working on it, so we'll see what makes the cut. But we have the new tractors that we use that we've all decided that we liked. They'll be in the extras packs that you don't necessarily need. I know most of the people that play this map are gonna want them all. It's just the way it usually works, but you want to get the essentials to make sure the map is working, and then the extra pack. So when it all comes down, there's going to be quite a few pieces, and there'll be probably more after the release as we see what people start using. But the biggest thing is, I think this map's going to, one of the things you're going to find with this map is it's much more tolerable, we'll call it that, of other mods. Interesting question. I know each farm stores different crops. Have you checked to make sure that every product on the farm has at least 2 locations where it's stored? Nope, they don't. And well, yeah, they all have different locations. You can also you can store anything at the main warehouse. Everything is stored at the warehouse right across the street here. But as far as 2 farm locations, it is not the case. And there's reasons behind that. And to get into those reasons, the biggest one is that certain products you need more of, and you want to have it available in different locations. But I would put all the root vegetables only on one farm, and they're actually in a very convenient area because they're nearby the factories that need them the most, which are Frito-Lay with the potatoes. The Pepsi factory needs sugar made from the sugar beets over that corner. That's your root vegetable farm. And Campbell's, which takes the carrot and onion the most. They're all down in that corner, and the root vegetable farm is there. You just don't need to have potatoes in 2 places on this map. Ask Danny, Hunter Farmer. He ended up doing 4 million potatoes in that one little corner. Whereas you're going to need multiple places to be able to do sugar, the fuel products, and the common products like corn. So they're in multiple places.
That's why you're really going to have to think about your upgrades and when you're going to do them. There's a couple past questions, Dave, that we missed.
Trying to catch up. You dump everything at the warehouse to upgrade the farms? Yes, that's one way you can do it. Get rid of everything, load it in a warehouse or trailers, and then you can upgrade the farm. And secondly, are the base mods the same for PV15 and Hemp Valley? Yes and no. You will find the box truck, but you will find that we're all new products on this map, so you need the new versions of most of those mods, if that makes sense. There's a whole new box truck, box trailer. There's some of the base mods are new just because of the new things on the map. So that there will be differences. But like the shell trailer is the exact same one. There was no need to make changes with that. So you might not need to download that if you don't want to.
Yeah, kind of think of it this way. There's so much more in Rivers over 2.2 that the stuff in 2.2 will work for some of the stuff, but not all of it because of all those extra products.
Right. So as I'm doing this here, because I do have a few things, and I'm not even worried about the time. Like I said, what we don't get here, we'll continue tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. But if you guys have noticed, the Viper had issue hauling flour with the flatbed trailer, and apparently it's an issue with the flatbed trailer, and the flour does not have and Viper. Sorry, Viper. Loading the flatbed trailer, not from pallets, but for some reason the flatbed trailer is also doubling as a tipper, and I'm going to see if Big Daddy can once we get a hold of him, if he's fixed that or if he can get it fixed. Yeah, so that needs a little work, but we'll keep checking that out.
The quarry is open from the start, correct? I don't believe there's a price purchase on the quarry now.
The quarry is free. To use the stone processing across the way, it costs some money to buy.
Okay, I'm just grabbing a couple questions we missed.
MFS Plus to the mod pack to help people. We will include the link to the MFS Plus in the PDF file as always. I really don't want to put it in the mod pack because it's one of those things where you know what's going to happen? People are going to put it in their mod folder.
Mm-hmm.
It's an executable program more than a mod, and it is handy. So we have the links, and we'll make sure we let people know about that, as well as on the release day, because it is a handy tool. And I don't know if anybody downloaded. Did you download the newer version?
No, I haven't yet.
No. Exclamation point MFS Plus will get you that. If anybody is wondering what we're talking about, it's a program I created to let you help you install your maps in different folders and access them a lot easier with a few interesting functions. If you want to check out last week's broadcast, we have all the information on that as well. I'm just going to wait for this trailer to fill up. But one thing I forgot to do is, if we go to factories and we choose the Shell fuel, you can see I have enough product. You have to start the process or you're not going to get any fuel. So we are now creating fuel at Shell. And tomorrow, when we do the recap, we'll get the stones going down at the mill and show you how that all works. Somebody was asking about the tree licenses and what happens with them. You can see I still have 5 trees left, and we're going to cut down the last 5 trees, even if I didn't pick up all the trees over here yet, which I don't think I did. So kind of give you an idea, we still have trees on the ground. I need to buy a stump grinder. That's one thing definitely you guys are going to want to get to if you're doing it with the tree root, which is cheap. Trees are easy to get started with. This trailer is $17,000, and that if you find the man truck, which I don't think is too difficult to find. Well, it might be.
Lamillo has a question.
Yeah.
He says, Dave, I noticed that the MFS Plus install program does not allow you to choose the directory to install the program.
You can install it wherever you want. Just extract it to wherever you want it. And then install it from the folder that you extracted it to. It doesn't need to, it can be anywhere.
Yeah, it's like the mod manager does the same thing.
It doesn't actually install files. It runs as its own program, so it's going to run from wherever you put it. It doesn't. And by the way, it does put the little link in there to uninstall in your add remove programs as well. But you can put it wherever you want. It doesn't need any specific location. So wherever you extract the zip file to and run it, that's where it's going to install it. Just installer package, I just use the way that whatchamacallit, Visual Studio does it. My limited abilities to Visual Studio, I think I do pretty good for what I create on that. I'm still learning that. Every time I create something on there, it's a learning experience. I literally learned how to parse XML files in that just to do that program. And it was a learning curve. But once you learn something like that, it's so awesome. Because it opens up so many new things you can do. You know? Reading an XML file and grabbing the information from it to display in a new fashion. This whole game runs on XML files. So the possibilities are, I mean, if you think the data that's in your vehicle saves file, like the Bad Touch can tell you, it saves the coordinates to where your bales are. Well, I could literally put a map into my little program and put little pictures of all the equipment on the fields and what's where if I wanted to do all that programming, which I don't. But I know how now. And someday I might get bored and say, well, I think I'll work on that now. If I had the time to do all of my ideas, I would never get to play any games anymore. So we're going to cut down the last 5 trees to the first 50 license. And that's number 3.
And only one license can be purchased at a time. So if you're on a server and you want to try purchasing 2 licenses to cut double in the same amount of time, you can't do it. It's one license at a time.
That is correct. Parsing XML files in Visual Studio is not easy the way some of these XML files are, especially the ones that were done in with the whatchamacallit, because the UPK kit, because they don't have start and end. They stick everything between one start and end tag, and it's like, oh great, now I got to figure out how to pull the numbers that I want out of those things.
Casper, Mr. TJ has a very good question.
Casper, did I find out if you plant trees, do you still need a license to cut them? I didn't, but you know what? Let's do something here just for giggles. And this should tell us the answer. I'm pretty sure you will. I'm pretty sure if you plant them, you're going to have to pay.
I think so too.
But this should give us the same result. Let's find out what happens with this. Oh wait, I don't want to be in mods. Silly me.
Did you cut down the last 5 already?
Yes, I did. So let's place this placeable fur right here. And it's pretty much the same result. Which one was it? Come on, it should look different.
Are you still sitting on your corn, your fuel place, or did you freeze my frame? Or did I freeze?
You're frozen. I'm moving around unless everybody else is frozen.
Yeah, he's in the placeable screen on mine. By
Okay.
I really should have picked a tree.
Gotta reset.
Let me pick
Or
a
refresh.
poplar. I can't remember which tree I bought. I know which one it is now because I know where I put it. But here, we'll put a poplar
And
next to it.
it treats the placeables the same way it treats a bought sapling, correct?
Yes. So here's your answer right here. Am I gonna get a fine? There you go, 20 grand. So if you place it or you grow it yourself, you're going to have to buy a license to get it down. So, yeah. That's just the way the script works. Nothing I can do about it. Oh, great. Now I got a big tree to clean up tomorrow. But you can see what happens if you don't buy your license. It's a good thing we made some money. And before we go on to the next part, I'm going to jump down to wherever that truck was. There we go. And before I buy a license, let's see what we got for points here. We are still at 6 with 1 illegally felled tree, so I did have 7 points until I cut down a tree. So you don't want to do that. Whoops, wrong.
Yeah,
button.
if there's one thing Rivers will do is make you pay for your mistakes.
Yeah, but it's not hard to avoid them.
No.
I mean, it really. What I love the factor that you actually have to think. That's wrong. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it because I didn't write the script, but that's. I guess you got to look at it that you are replacing what you use. You gotta. Think of it, you're renting the chainsaw. I don't know. You're gonna have to replant, and you're planting on their property. So, yeah, the property up there in the forest. That's what you're really paying for, is the land that you're planting on. I don't know. Nothing I could do about it. That's just the way. Some things you can't change. You gotta live with them. But it's 5,000. Doesn't cost much to get your license, and
Well,
you get points.
think about those guys that go in and do logging. I mean, when they clear cut an area, they've got to go back and plant trees to regrow the area.
Yeah, and I'm sure they gotta pay access rights to get to them sometimes.
Yeah.
Shift plus slash will show the realty office too. Well, let's try that. Yeah, I didn't have to run down there. I love it when viewers teach me stuff. Thanks, HC. All right, so we have 6 points. Now we're going to go over after I drop, well, we'll drop this off in a minute. We're going to head over to this one, and we're going to buy another license because we can. You'll see it allows me to buy another one for 24 hours for $5,000. So I'll definitely be able to get another 50 trees cut if I wanted to in that time period. So we have a license. And I just went up to 8 points because I bought that new license. So every time you get one of these tree licenses as well, as long as you're not cutting illegal trees, you're gaining 2 points on your rating. So they add up pretty quick. You buy cows or sheep, you get points. Threshed areas, hectares, I've already earned 1 point from just those little bit of harvesting we did. So every little thing they have: sheep owned, cows owned, time played, and purchase licenses, completed contracts and missions, which none have popped up today, but you'll find that you're earning plenty of points fast enough. And I'm pretty sure that covers everything for today. Tomorrow I'm going to show you a couple other really cool ways to make money. Once we get I'll have some extra money in the account. If we go into the save game folder, can you edit the amounts of the penalty amounts are built in? Actually, there might be a place for the penalty in the save game folder. I'm not sure. For just the tree penalty. None of the other stuff is accessible.
Well, they're really to counteract it. If you guys are worried about the cost, there is that thing with the Brooks, Dave.
Yes, if you're worried about the cost of 5,000, which is nothing, as I showed you, you can run the Brooks, and you won't be fined as long as the 24-hour timer is going. You can cut as many as you want. That's like a loophole.
Yeah, make sure you've got at least one tree left to fell.
Yep.
And you can take the Brooks and create as many wood chips as you want within the 24-hour period.
Right, because it doesn't count the trees the Brooks cuts. Will the Rivers map run off the AAA 64 ER fix or the multivitamin 128? It needs the 128 script because there is... Actually, isn't it 256? The 64 one... Isn't there a new one? I forget which one we're running.
We run a 64ER, but that 64ER does say 256 in it, I think.
Yeah, it's a 64 ER, but we need the one that runs 256 field types because we're more than 128 now. So you need the latest version that runs the 64 ER that does up to 256 field types. If you're
Yeah, it says it in the mod descript. You just gotta open it up, yeah.
If you're logging, you have to plant 3 trees to replace one, and that is the law. There you go. don't know what I'm doing over here because I didn't want to deliver this to the loading dock there. But
I think that would be classified as an essentials mod.
yeah. What's
I mean,
that?
you're not going to have
Yes,
that
that is
filter. Yeah,
that's an
you're not going to have to
essential.
hunt that one down, guys. That'll be in
No.
the essentials.
You'll have a link directly to it, and if the links no longer exist to it, you'll have it in the pack already there. I like to include them in the pack, but I also don't like to take away from the modders that we didn't have to mess around with their stuff,
Yeah.
and they prefer it that way as well. So there will be some links. And if you have trouble getting anything through those links, contact our forums or wherever. People will get them for you. There's always ways. And that's another reason why we'll be here during the release. If for some reason a link that we give out all of a sudden stops working, then we'll be here. Cherry BDISX, you will access to all the new map and stuff. The week of January. Sorry, you gotta wait a half a year. Now, June 14th is Tutorial Tuesday, where we'll go over and give you a tutorial on the map one last time. 6 hours worth of tutorial, most likely. Thursday will be mod release Thursday, where we'll give you all the mods that and all the mod information in a broadcast on Thursday, the 16th. And then on 18th, we'll have a 12-hour noon Eastern time to midnight release party where we release the map and give out over $1,200 in prizes between the multi-streams that we will have. You will need to be follower anybody that's here and isn't. You should be by now because you'd start earning points to win those $1,200 worth of prizes. And you want to be a follower on Viper's stream. Viper will be broadcasting. Are you broadcasting tonight, Viper?
Yeah.
So he usually, and every time you ask, it'll be another week. No more weeks. Please, no more weeks. Yeah, Viper will be broadcasting. Viper 278 afterwards. You'll get to see a little bit more. You're going to be on our server tonight? You could test out the new
Oh, I say, you did put it up on there today, didn't you?
It's up there,
You
yeah.
upgraded it? Okay.
So, yeah, and during the week when I'm not broadcasting, check him out, and he'll be able to answer more questions and show you a little more.
It looks like Big Daddy did an update to the trailer as well, so there's probably some stuff to check out in there.
He did do an update to the file, but did he update the trailer? We don't know, because I'm not testing it right now. I didn't download it.
I didn't see it come across my notification. I did see the PV Rivers pop up as being
It was
changed.
like 5:30 this morning or yesterday.
Yeah.
So way
Yeah,
before
I've
me.
got it in there for 5:38 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, so that's pretty much going to be a wrap here today, I think. And tomorrow I will do a 4 p.m. Eastern Time broadcast with showing you guys some more cool stuff and more ways. There's so many different ways to get started, but that's the way I like to do it. I like to get the trees going. There's so much money in trees. And I've got my fuel going, and I have a seeder, and my seed should be ready. We'll move that over before I log off so I know I have it tomorrow. Although I could fill the seeder right from there. I want to get another 100 grand so I could get my big tractor. And that's all I need. I have enough to get the fields planted again. I already have the biggest one, well, a pretty decent combine for a little while anyway. What might I add this time? I might have missed something. Oh my gosh. KW giving out tonight's $10,000 bonus. Well, 10,000 Pleasant Valley points bonus. Yes, Sunday. I like to give myself a little break in between, so Sunday 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll broadcast for as long as you feel like watching me. Well, or I feel like listening to you.
Keep harping them about those map making streams too, guys.
We'll get the map making. Like I said, we'll work on. We'll see how it goes with the Olympic Stadium, finishing that up, because I can use that as a teaching as well as figuring out what the heck I'm going to do to finish that up. But I really want to get that done, and then when that's done, we'll introduce you to the project that comes after that. That's the way it works around here. So, any last questions before we get going? I'll be glad to answer them. I thank everybody for showing up and all the new people for coming along. And you are definitely going to want to stick around if this is your first time here. Be here on the 18th. We are talking some major prizes for such a small stream because we may be one of the smallest games that's streamed, but we have the best community. There's no doubt about it. And don't wager all your points in one day. Save some for the drawings. And I will transfer you guys over as soon as we're ready to go to Vipers. You can watch his broadcast or join him over there as well. Do whatever you want. But I'm going to host Viper as we usually do when I remember. And tomorrow we'll have some fuel. We'll get the stones going down at the plant down there. I said tomorrow. I'm sorry. Sunday. Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Yes. Thanks again, everybody. We'll catch you later. And thanks again